There's a lot that I can forgive, but there needs to be conversations and then in order for reconciliation, and part of that has to be accountability.
After years of watching others tell his life story, he says that it was time for him to finally take control of the narrative.
I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there.
For years, the world has watched Prince Harry's every move. From his days as a royal rebel to his dramatic exit from the palace, he's never been far from the headlines. But when it comes to his children, silence. No royal christenings, no balcony appearances, no public birthdays, and now, for the first time, Prince Harry is revealing why. What is Prince Harry protecting them from? Is it the press or the royal family? Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal will blow your mind. Why Prince Harry keeps his children from the public eye. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has made it very clear that he wants to keep his children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, away from the public as much as possible. This decision has brought up many discussions, with some people agreeing with him while others feel it is unnecessary. But Harry's reasons are deeply personal, especially because of his own past, his desire for a peaceful family life, and his concerns about the world his children are growing up in. Most people think life as a royal must be one of the best experiences in the world, but to Prince Harry, that was not the case. Growing up as a royal meant that Harry was constantly under public scrutiny. Every step he took was watched, recorded, and discussed by the media. From his childhood moments of waving to the crowd to his teenage years filled with mistakes and lessons, everything was documented. There was never a time when he could truly be anonymous. Even when he tried to live a normal life, cameras followed him everywhere. His mother, Princess Diana, was one of the most photographed women in the world, and he saw firsthand how that level of attention could be overwhelming. One of the most defining moments of Harry's life was the tragic death of Princess Diana in 1997. She died in a car crash in Paris while being chased by paparazzi. For a young boy who had already lost his mother, this was a painful reality to accept. He knew from that moment that the media could be dangerous. While some might argue that being famous comes with certain responsibilities, Harry has always felt that no child should have to grow up under such intense public pressure. Losing his mother in such a tragic way only made him more determined to protect his own children from anything similar. When Prince Archie was born in 2019, Harry and his wife Meghan decided to do things differently. Unlike Prince William and Kate, who posed with their newborns outside the hospital for the public to see, Harry and Meghan kept Archie's birth private. There were no immediate pictures, no grand public announcement, and no traditional royal introduction. This was their first clear message to the world. Their children would not be put on display. Some people saw this as them breaking royal tradition, but for Harry, it was about something much more important. It meant privacy and safety. To make matters worse, Meghan, Harry's wife, has also faced huge media scrutiny, just like Diana did. From the moment she started dating Harry, she was constantly in the headlines. The media covered every detail of her life, from what she wore to how she spoke.
What that does internally is probably really damaging, and the biggest thing that I know is that I never thought that this would be easy.
Usually, the coverage was negative, with many tabloids publishing stories that were critical of her. This level of attention made things difficult for her, and she spoke openly about how hard it was to live under that pressure. When she became a mother, she didn't want her children to go through the same experience. Some people believe that because Harry and Meghan have spoken publicly about their struggles, they should not be so private about their children. They argue that if Harry and Meghan are willing to do interviews and share details about their own lives, they should also be open about their children. But Harry has made it clear that talking about his experiences as an adult is very different from exposing his children to the media. He believes that Archie and Lilibet should have the choice to decide whether they want to be in the public eye when they are older, rather than having that decision made for them. Now, while his upbringing played a huge role in this decision, Some believe his strained relationship with the royal family has also influenced it. But what exactly led to the tension between Harry and the rest of the royals? Keep watching, because what we're about to show you will shock you to your core. Prince Harry's strained relationship with the royal family. Prince Harry was once known as the fun-loving, carefree prince who brought warmth and humor to the royal family. He was the younger son of King Charles III and Princess Diana, the mischievous little brother of Prince William, and the boy who had captured the hearts of millions with his cheeky smile. But over the years, the sweet young prince grew up, and the world watched as his relationship with his family became more and more complicated. Today, the bond that once seemed unbreakable is filled with tension, distance, and deep wounds that may never fully heal. Many people wonder, what exactly happened to cause such a massive rift between Prince Harry and the royal family? How did the boy who once stood beside his brother, shoulder to shoulder, become the man who walked away from the royal institution, choosing a life far away from the traditions and expectations he was born into? One of the biggest reasons behind Harry's strained relationship with his family is the tragic loss of his mother, Princess Diana. When Diana passed away, Harry was just 12 years old. The whole world watched as he walked behind her coffin, his face blank, his small hands clenched, his head bowed in sorrow. It was a moment that broke hearts everywhere, but behind the public display of grief was a young boy who had just lost the most important person in his life. Many years later, Harry would admit that he struggled deeply with the loss of his mother and that he never truly felt supported in dealing with his pain.
Many, many years of lies being told about me and my family. There comes a point where, again, going back to the relationship between certain members of the family.
He has often spoken about how he felt that the royal family did not offer him the emotional comfort he needed, as they were raised in a culture where showing feelings was discouraged. This pain, this deep wound from childhood, stayed with Harry into adulthood, shaping the way he saw his family and the institution they were part of. Then came Meghan Markle. When Harry met Meghan, he fell in love quickly and deeply. She was confident, independent, and had built her own successful career before entering his world. But while Harry saw her as the perfect partner, the royal family did not. From the very beginning, Meghan was met with skepticism, criticism, and judgment, not just from the public and the press, but also from some members of the royal family. Reports of cold treatment, unfair comparisons to Kate Middleton, and even concerns about Meghan's background created a storm of tension. The final breaking point came when Harry and Meghan made the shocking decision to step back from their royal duties in 2020. The announcement took the world by surprise, but behind the scenes, tensions had been building for years. Harry and Meghan felt that they were not getting the support they needed, especially when it came to the relentless media attacks Meghan faced. They decided to leave behind their roles as senior royals, move to North America, and start a new life on their own terms. Now, how did the public react to this division in the royal family? Stick around to find out. The public's reaction to Prince Harry. Falling out with his family. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle decided to step back from their royal duties in 2020, the world was in shock. Some people saw it coming, while others were completely blindsided. The British royal family has always been a symbol of tradition, duty, and stability, so seeing one of its most well-known members step away was a huge moment in 2018 history. But what made this even more surprising was that it wasn't just a simple departure. It was a clear sign that something was seriously wrong behind the scenes. Harry and Meghan didn't just leave. They left under a cloud of tension, controversy, and hurt feelings. They moved across the world to North America, far away from the royal palaces and the institutions that shaped Harry's entire life. And while they said they wanted privacy and independence, the world wasn't ready to let go of them just yet. Surprisingly enough, reactions to Harry and Meghan's decision were divided right from the start. On one side, there were people who completely supported them. They believed that Harry was making the best choice for his family, especially given the way Meghan had been treated by the press. For years, Meghan had been under intense media scrutiny, facing harsh criticism in a way that many believed was unfair, biased, and even racially motivated. Her supporters felt that the British tabloids were cruel to her, comparing her negatively to Kate Middleton and making it difficult for her to ever fit into the royal family. From their perspective, stepping away was a necessary move. It wasn't just about breaking free from royal duties, it was about survival, about protecting their mental health, and about giving their children a chance at a